Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hopefully, you found our new link here. We had a little bit of technical difficulties trying to get started here today, and did actually create like a short stream, and then it got killed, and so we have a new link. So hopefully, you found us. I know there's people waiting on the other link, but we made it. Uh, Welcome back to our show. It's Crypto Traders Arena, and this is our Crypto Weekly Review, episode 32. Which I suppose means we're 32 weeks into the year, as we did start at the beginning of January. Um, so, if you've been joining us that whole time, you've made it this far. And if you're new to our show, then we're just, Crypto Traders Arena is an online trading community on Discord uh, where we focus on trading setups, a lot of day trading, a lot of swing trading, and then this Sunday show we do for the general public, just kind of talking more zoomed out long term trading. So, the whole goal of this show is to talk about investments in altcoins. Basically, we're just trying to buy the bottom here now that crypto's gone through the painful bear market from last cycle. And we're just trying to accumulate here down at the bottom of the range and hopefully sell much higher later on down the road when the next bull run comes back. So, and I think generally we think that's going to be sometime next year or the year after. Can never really predict that, of course, but just going by past experience and thinking that and looking at price action, clearly crypto's gotten washed out pretty badly from the last top. Now, we did enjoy sort of a crypto rally at the beginning of this year, and that Bitcoin at least might be running out of steam from that, from the lows that it put in like end of last year. And altcoins have been kind of plodding along the bottom, some of them popping here and there. There's been a lot of runs here, but for the most part, it's still just been like a sideways kind of accumulation year, I think, which is the general plan. So that's what we're rolling with. And so we're just back again for another Sunday show to go through our spreadsheet. We do offer a plan. Well, we made a spreadsheet and a trading plan, a really simple trading plan that we're calling the Road to Financial Freedom. That's just like sort of the simplest approach that we can think of to get somebody invested into the altcoin market and take advantage of this cycle. So we'll be talking about that more today. And in fact, my co-host here and the founder of our group, Paul's with me today. Are you here, sir?
Hello. Yeah, I'm here,
Cool.
and it's a simple plan, Kevin, but I'm using it because it's a complete one. I'm using most of my investment money on that plan.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, by simple, I certainly don't mean um, what's the right word? Like ineffective. Of course, keeping it simple is probably the best way to go about this. We don't want to overcomplicate it, if anything. So
Especially on investment level, you want to keep it simple, easy to execute.
yeah,
The biggest problem on every, I don't know, new people is to execution part, not the plan.
yeah,
They could find the plan, but the execution part is the hardest one.
yeah. I agree. So yeah, we'll be showing. I mean, Paul will get into that plan a little bit more here in a bit. Of course, every week we've just basically been taking a handful. We've made our way through in the 32 weeks. We started out doing like 5 a day of the top, basically the higher market cap, working our way from the top down. And I suppose we got through like 100 names in the first 20 weeks or so, and then after we got through those, we sort of kind of circled back, and we've been doing a review of 10 of them each week, and just making, the intention of the show is just to sort of locate our bids, do some simple analysis to try to find good trade location, and just make sure we have our bids working, and then we're going back and reviewing these things to make sure nothing changed. And of course, we've gotten quite a lot of fills, and um, our plan also has us selling half of our position when anytime price doubles from our levels. So we have had several doubles too along the way. So we've established some free positions in some of these names, and then we're underwater on some and above water on others, and it's just kind of going along as planned. And so we'll keep repeating this process basically until the sentiment becomes more sort of bullish in general, which I think you could say that most of the retail market is not in crypto right now. I just don't personally see like it's easy for us to get kind of stuck in our kind of bubble, because if you follow crypto, you're probably seeing like, your Twitter account or something probably full of people that are diehards, and so you're seeing them talk about it. But I think in the general picture, most people aren't thinking about Bitcoin right now, and definitely not altcoins. Like, just I don't get random calls from friends, old friends and stuff right now. Usually that's a pretty good sign when you start getting, your random old friend from high school or something heard that you like Bitcoin and they call you and want to know how to get rich off of it. I haven't heard one of those calls in forever, actually. I can't even remember the last time somebody hit me up about that. But sure enough, when the top's in, I remember when the top was coming in last time, a friend of mine asked me to talk to his dad. And I did. I had like an hour long conversation with this guy's dad, who I knew for most of my life. So it wasn't that weird, but it was just kind of funny that I like this guy, like this, like, 65-year-old guy was like asking me about Bitcoin, and it was literally like up top. And I was just trying to tell him not to buy it right now. And he didn't want to listen to me. And I don't know what he did. He probably bought it, never told me, and then is now way underwater on it. So anyway, long story short, I'm not getting those kind of calls right now. So I think, regardless of any rallies that have happened, and of course some of these names have blasted off, there's always bull markets somewhere in the whole broader landscape. But in general, we're still just bouncing along the bottom here. And it's pretty obvious in the charts when we look at altcoin charts. Even Bitcoin, after basically doubling off the lows, still quite a bit lower than the all-time highs, right? So anyhow, that's the general thing. Before we get into the altcoins too much, I was just going to do a quick broader market overview. We usually just start with like DXY and just try to get a sense of what happened the previous week. And I think the basic thing is the dollar is still kind of grinding up, and the stock market was rolling over, has basically been selling off for a week plus now. But as far as just like simple analysis on the DXY, we have just been kind of straight up after we've bounced here. And this was like a pretty reasonable location to see a bounce back here when that happened in July. And now it's just been straight up. And I think last week we were kind of looking at this trend line. And I've been saying, this whole time for the last several months, I've basically just been saying that I think the DXY is in a downtrend here. And that won't really be, nothing will change about that downtrend thinking until we get above the 200 period moving average here. And I did expect that to get tagged at some point. I thought it'd happen back here at first, and then never did. We did have to come down and make a new low. Now we're just bouncing back up. But the only point here is, we got up into this trend line, which was like stop number one. Maybe this was a good place to see another higher low put in. Lower high put in here, and a rollover right here, just against the trend line and also against 61.8 fib here. And you could see the rejection happen when we got up into it. There's clearly resistance here. But slowly but surely, they just couldn't break it. Tried to M out here, even, I guess that was Thursday. This was a big, ugly red candle trying to make an M. It couldn't quite do it. It just ripped the other way. And now we're actually making a new high here and getting more up into this short reload zone. So clearly the up move's not over yet, but we are getting a little bit more into resistance, I would say, as we get up into this reload zone and also hit the 200. So I'm just waiting to see what happens here. And I am starting to think, when does the stock market pivot here? We've sold off pretty hard now for like a week or so, a little more than a week, I think. So I think some sort of short-term pivot's probably in coming up here in the stock market, and that'll probably correlate with this sort of hitting the 200 and rolling over. Of course, if we just blast through here and start consolidating above the 200 and moving higher, then the stock market probably has more room to come off. So that's just really that's like the whole story with the DXY for me. I mean, a little bit more, you can see how the moving averages are now cross bullish on the short and medium term moving averages. So we're kind of like squeezing into here, right? We're coming up against old highs, and we've been making lower highs. So, I'm kind of thinking lower high again. And we're also getting up into like short location and moving average resistance here. So, and also, you could see the M top here if we were to just draw a line off that level. That's also, just confluence resistance level. So we'll just see what happens here. Do we make a lower high and roll over, or do we change the trend a little bit and maybe test the old highs up here and start kind of establishing a new range here from the low to high, and then have to see what happens at the top of the range here. So that's my thoughts on the dollar, but I think it all kind of seems to be playing together relatively nicely. If you were to think like this is the S&P here, and clearly has sold off. That was the FOMC here. We gapped down during that, and then of course this week we had like inflation numbers and stuff, and in general a lot of weakness in the S&P. Now we're getting bearish moving average cross. We came into like a support area. This was like sort of a potential support area. Excuse me. Just basically against the old highs of this sort of W consolidation that kind of set up the last little pop higher. And then it's just been, I mean, this is already like what, like almost 2 weeks of selling off, really. And like Thursday's candle here is very weak looking, just putting a wick up to the upside and got rejected against the moving averages here. And then just more sell off. They tried really hard yesterday to take back the day started off selling off, and they tried to take it back into the end of the week, but looks pretty crappy. The only thing to try to speed it up a little bit here, clearly there's, we've talked a lot about how there's like short location for the stock market up against, the old all-time highs. 78.6 is up here at 45.25 or so. And we're right around that, kind of oscillating around 78.6. And we actually almost hit 88.6 to put in the top. So clearly short location is there. And then also a lot of momentum reasons, like RSI divergences, bearish divergences, and OBV bearish divergences. And I think that indicator that shows a bunch of divergences showing 9 confirmed now. Last week it was like 7, I think. So now there's I don't think this thing goes higher than 9. Maybe it does. I think it looks at 9 indicators. So now we have all bearish confirmed divs. So clearly, point being is like clearly this is very well, momentum's bearish in like for right now. I don't want to try to put a time frame on that. The only thing I was going to add to that is, so we have like location and momentum bearish reasons, but we don't really have a nice structural top here like on a daily chart. This is just sort of like V top looking right here. And then in general, I think, again, we're just making higher lows and higher highs opposite the DXY. And I think a pivot probably somewhere down here would be reasonable to bounce at least back up to the top of the range again to see what happens and see if the bears really step up if we get back up into that gap, for example. So I'm not throwing in the towel yet and saying the stock market party's over. It's just how deep do we have to go before we get a pivot? There's a gap way down here, which is also against the old high at 4,300, which, that was like the 200 period moving average tag back here that sort of confirmed that we weren't ready to, like, that's like I was talking about the DXY, like, is the DXY going to do this, or is it going to get above the 200? You can see how we're in the same kind of place here with the S&P was ramping up into the 200. It came up into it and just immediately got rejected because it was not ready to go into a bull yet. And it took some more time and testing it, and then eventually we got over it and started pushing higher, and now we're like trending up. We're basically trending higher, making higher highs and higher lows. So where's the higher low come in here, and does it end up failing and then the market can't maintain the uptrend, or does it create just another higher low that can maybe set up a move to go, to make a higher high? It's too early to say, but for sure it looks pretty ugly here. And I could also see there's plenty of reasons to be shorting the highs here if we do bounce back up against the highs. So it's just kind of like too late to long, kind of too late to short right here. You're sort of shorting, you've kind of, if you short right here, you're taking, you're sort of shorting the move that's already happened. You're probably going to get run over a bit. It's probably best to wait for another pop up to a better location before like putting on shorts here, I would say. And then of course, if you're a bull, like I still am a bull. As long as we're just sort of generally making higher highs and higher lows, I'm still a bull. So maybe does another bottom set up here, which it hasn't yet. So just waiting for that. That was a long way of saying that. The NASDAQ looks worse, but I'll just, just the same story with the NASDAQ. It's all the exact same things I just said with the S&P. The only difference is we do have a real M top here on the NASDAQ. That is a structural top. So the NASDAQ has like basically 3 independent reasons for a short. And then it has all the other bearish reasons that the S&P has. And then I'll just say that the this head and shoulders looks like it makes sense to me, so I'll just add that. Like I think that we could easily slam down into this trend line, which is essentially a trend line drawn off of the old highs. Just took that M top and drew a trend line, and it sort of showed that it was kind of active here with some consolidation around it. And now it looks like we're just going to dump right into it. So maybe this week we have to dump down into this level first, and then we get a bounce. And that's all well and good, but if we do bounce right there, that does set this head and shoulders up, which means a move back up into, you know, the M top neckline and the right side of the shoulder could mean party's over. Like if this clean head and shoulders comes in, that's a pretty big structural top with an M already. So that might mean there has to be a lot more down. So we'll just see what happens there, but it does look like it just wants to dump right down in there. And it's otherwise the same kind of story with momentum divergences and all that stuff. Same as the S&P. Not really any different. They're definitely weak looking. And so I don't know, can crypto really rally that hard in the face of like stock market weakness? It might be hard. So like I don't know if any summer rally, altcoin rally ideas we were pondering over the last month. It's pretty weak if anything so far. And small cap stock market, the Russell 2000, I'm just going to say that it came down into support and it's just like, can it bounce right here? I still am looking for the top of the range to be tested. And, you know, small cap stocks still look relatively okay ish when I just kind of glance at them. I've sort of put like swing trade longs on hold for the moment, like in the stock market. I'm not like a huge rush to go put on new longs because everything looks kind of heavy. But we'll see if it holds right here. The same kind. This is more like the S&P. There's no structural top, but there's plenty of divergences and stuff like that. And I think this RSI study is kind of interesting just because it's a pretty clear example of a trend line break in RSI. And now it's like, do we just M out here below the trend line? That would be kind of another shot in the, you know, that would be kind of like the bears stepping up here and Ming this thing out. Wouldn't be great for momentum. Or do we get a W here off the 50 line and try to move higher, which is not anywhere near happening yet. So it's just sort of on pause sitting here. The 200 is not too far away, so it might just have to come back down to the 200 and test that to see if there's still any kind of bullish momentum. And then the only difference here is I wouldn't say we're in an uptrend yet. We're still in a range here. The Russell's a little different in the sense that we're not sure, we're in like a medium term uptrend with higher highs and higher lows, but we haven't really gotten outside of this long term range yet. So as long as we're ranging in here, you would think there's going to be pressure up against the top here. They need to like break it out and actually have some strength above here to start a real uptrend. And so that's not in yet. And then Bitcoin is just doing the same old boring. Bitcoin has been incredibly boring of late. And I'm still just kind of thinking it's still the same story. Can we get a continuation trade to make a new, you know, is this a higher low? Is the uptrend still intact? And can we set up some sort of consolidation to that ends up resolving bullishly to take us up into the 35,000 sort of key levels that I think are reasonable as a place to hit still, which is 38.2, the head and shoulders target, and just 35,000 big fat round number kind of thing. Like, and this ABCD. So there's all those reasons why I think maybe we could put in a higher high here, and then maybe it rolls over after that. But I think that I like those confluence reasons. But of course, Bitcoin's just been sort of just, you know, it's just kind of stuck here for right now. It's putting in a lot of dojis, a lot of small candles, and just can't quite make any sort of serious move. Anything, you know, these past 2 times they've tried to break it to the upside, it's just gotten rejected immediately. And so we're just kind of range bound. I think we've established probably a range off of this 32,000 high and then the current low, which is 28,000 for now. Like, you know, maybe we range around in there. But I don't know, it looks pretty heavy right here. It just doesn't, it looks like it's, I don't see W's per se. So kind of want to see a W come in here. We are on the other side of this trend line here. And so I still am waiting. You know, I have this like TRI bot drawn on here to truly confirm. You know, you could argue that you know, you need like, there's like, you know, we have 2 decent lows. They're not great because they're just these, they look kind of vulnerable to me. Like it looks like both of these tails can easily be tested and maybe even like FU'd and stuff. But technically we have like two lows, but we kind of need another low to set this up. And truly this trade wouldn't set up until we get through this 25 line here. So, which would ultimately be like a big W. So kind of like we need at least that kind of breakout to start thinking this is realistic. Um, and maybe it even takes like another extra low, like kind of like it maybe it has to even come in later on down the road. But until you really see like this kind of action and getting through there, I don't think you can say this trade's on. We could easily just dump down, chase the trend line down here lower. And I don't have my moving averages on here, but if I were to put those on here, you can see the 200 is waffling. It's actually starting to turn. It's not pointing up as high anymore. So like the more that thing rolls over, the weaker Bitcoin's going to look. So it's just, I guess all I'm saying here is either we break through here and set this ABCD up, or we don't, and it's too early to say yet. So in general, kind of looks weak. It hasn't really done anything, so maybe it has to come back and test lower levels to get to set itself up again. Like in terms of the indicators, just kind of RSI trending down here. You know, we did have a bearish divergence back here, so that's not great. And then just sort of trending down, and OBV itself is also just kind of trending down. It looks like it's trying to make maybe even another M if we lose the lows here. So I think probably not really great is the best way to. It's not like I couldn't get super bullish right here. Again, I want to see some sort of W. So we'll see. And like I guess the general thought is, well, do we, uh, you know, do we kind of finish the year sort of down and then set up potential bull runs into like the Bitcoin halving next year and stuff? I think that's like a it's pretty reasonable to think we might kind of like slide into the end of the year sort of at lower prices. And so it's a question of like is there anything left in this sort of first half of the year rally to get us to higher and up into that 35K, or do we just die right here and slowly make our way back down to lower prices, in still in this range, by the way? You know, like I'm not really talking about losing the 15,000 low or anything right now. It's like maybe we get a buy opportunity down the road that's inside of this range. Just we'll have to wait to see. There's nothing really here to suggest we're just going to run up tomorrow, but anything could happen, I suppose. So the long story short is Bitcoin's been incredibly boring for like a month now, kind of sidewaysy. So anyway, that's Bitcoin. And of course that has a direct effect on altcoins. And you know, we had I think like a month ago we were sort of thinking, well, maybe Bitcoin is sort of boring right here, and altcoins can catch some sort of August rally before rolling over in September. And I don't think that's really happened. I mean, there's some things that look pretty good. And in fact, there's a bunch of weekly W's that might close today. And altcoins do look pretty good, but I wouldn't say they're necessarily like right in the middle of a summer rally. Um, so maybe that comes a little later. There's no, you know, none of this is definite, you know, so, but I'll just mention Ethereum really quick. Looks weak like Bitcoin too, but closer to the 200 and probably going to come down and test this trend line. I'm just waiting for that test really. And otherwise, Ethereum is just in the middle of its current range, nothing to do. And then maybe we could look at, I don't know, Bitcoin dominance for fun. I haven't looked at that in a minute, but maybe we'll just look at. It's trying to rally back up in against the highs here. Didn't fully break down a couple weeks ago like we thought maybe it would dump down into these levels here against the old highs of the range. Hasn't happened yet. Did kind of dead cat bounce here, but the closer we get up into this is like a daily M top. So yeah, if we, you know, if any sort of tags up into this red line or higher, or kind of like short location essentially. So, you know, maybe we have to pop up there before we roll over. But of course, this thing needs to roll over a bit for altcoins to have any fun, I think. So kind of looks like it's putting in a little M here against the trend line. So maybe it can stay below this trend line here and, you know, kind of give alts some breathing room here. But for the most part, it's just kind of in a dead cat bounce here, very V bottom off the lows. So maybe like there's like, I mean, it does look kind of bearish to me in general. It doesn't look like, I mean, it doesn't look like a strong test of the highs yet. So maybe there's hope for altcoins, and maybe we get kind of like a ABCD type thing like this setting up where, you know, we just get back down to test the old highs of the range. I still think that's like on the table. Whether that comes in like right off that high or whether it comes in like short reload zones. Hard to say, but right there with the confluence lines up with this top of the old range being tested right here if we get up into the short reload zone. And that all makes sense. So I guess in looking at this, the prognosis is pretty good for altcoins. Really, this looks like it probably wants to roll over. So be watching that. And this, I like dominance because it is a perfect example of 38.2s being tested. Like the off the top of the old range here, all the way down to the lows, creates 38.2 fib right here at this sort of yellowish box, and that's putting in an M top right there is kind of like, it's just basically saying that there's no bull here anymore. It's like until we get above here, the bull's sort of on pause, and we're just going to probably range below 38.2 with that as long as that M's holding. So it looks kind of bearish in general. And of course, remember I was saying Bitcoin running up into 35,000 would be its 38.2. So I guess if Bitcoin did make that ABCD trade and start shooting up, this is probably gonna have to test the highs. But so right now it doesn't look like it. So maybe it's just telling us that Bitcoin long isn't ready yet, which I think is true. So anyhow, that's sort of the general thing. I think so in general, it's just like, yeah, we can still, like I was saying, there's a bunch of weekly W's that are trying to form in altcoins. Generally, like long-term sort of nibbles in altcoins are pretty reasonable right now, as like location's really good. But maybe like the summer rally is sort of like, I don't know. It's not like you need to ape into something because it's running right now. That's not necessarily that doesn't feel like the vibe of the current market. Even though that will happen here and there are things like I had that LPT up on my screen there as I like came to this screen. Like this is one of the strong ones at the moment. So clearly, there's always something like this in crypto. I guess that's what's kind of cool about it. You can, even in like a shitty market, there's probably something popping. But this one's damn near doubling. Probably has doubled for anybody that, I don't know if you. I mean, I started watching it. This is like, I was saying there's a lot of weekly W's. This is clearly one of the stronger ones and clearly going to close strong today unless something happens. I suppose we still have like half the day. Maybe they dump this thing down, but you can see where my fibs were was the last time I talked about it earlier in the week on one of my streams for just the members. The high was right here, and I'd drawn fibs there and targeted some potential places to start thinking about buying, and then of course it just kept ripping, and so now I just need to update that a bit, and you can see how the reload zone's getting dragged up here. But I really like just the 505 level, which I did buy the breakout myself, but I also liked, I mean, it went a little farther than I thought. I was kind of hoping for a decent close and then a pullback into the W to be able to buy this thing, and it sort of took off without doing that, and now it's already starting to print like potential doubles and stuff. So we'll see how high it goes, but this one looks one of the strongest. So and I'll just I'll stop like with this so Paul can jump on and start talking about our actual portfolio. But I'll just stop by saying hopefully, like, if you've watched these shows before and listen to me talk about my sort of long-term setup here, this one's perfect because really I'm mostly focused on OBV divergences as we come down into good levels to buy, and this thing is a beautiful. I mean, there's an OBV divergence from this low to that low, which confirmed here on this pop. So right there, I could have started thinking, okay, whenever a weekly W comes in, I'm buying this. And then, sure enough, it had to come down and make a new low before a W. Still no W in there, but it still made another divergence on that low to that low. So then there was a second OBV divergence, which really is only confirming now, to be fair. Actually, it did confirm last week on that tiny little doji. Technically, the OBV did, I think it confirmed. Let's see here. Or no, sorry, so it didn't. So I'm looking for, by confirmed I mean a break of this high here to form the W. So that's today. So we'll get a second OBV div today. But like I said, there was already one back here, and actually there was even one farther back. But there's a W back here too. But really this one here was the first one, and then just strong trending OBV upwards in general. And now we have a nice fat W with a weekly W. So any pullbacks are buying opportunities. It's just it kind of went farther than I would like. If you're trying to buy the retest, now you're gonna have to wait for this thing to come all the way back down. Um, but like maybe I'll just use one more example that's not that high before Paul jumps on here, because I know there's a bunch of these actually. There's like this unfee is kind of taken off today. And then somebody requested this one, so I'll let Paul, or we'll get to the requests here in a bit. But I'll just finish my whole rant with saying I'm waiting till the close today to see if any of these close like this. Like this one's going to probably close with a nice solid close above the weekly W level, and then I'm essentially just going to look to go and buy that retest. I think that's a pretty reasonable approach, whether you're trading this or investing or whatever you're doing. Like I like that level there at 378 as this thing closes a weekly W and comes back down. And this one has a OBV divergence that will confirm here too on the close. So that's one that looks pretty good. One that looks maybe weak. It looked weak the other day was this audio. Try to find a weak one too, just see this one. The difference here is this one's not closing as a weekly W. Well, I mean, it's still a weekly W, but it's not. I'd like to see a nice strong close today to show that this thing is still trying to be a W and move higher. If it closes like this, or even red later, if it breaks down today, it's not really. It could end up just dumping. So like there's a weak one. That unfi looks like a strong one, and then of course the LPT was like a mega strong one, which isn't really buyable anymore. But there's a bunch, like all of these in this blue list. Not every one of them is a weekly W, but many of these are. These all have strong OBV at least, but a lot of these are trying to confirm weekly Ws today. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm just kind of waiting on that. And then probably go work bids on like I mean not this one. I'm already not this one so much, but like that unfi. I'd really like to buy this one here once it pulls back. I'm not going to chase it right here, by the way. I'm going to let it I'm going to try to buy it at 375 and below. So I'll leave it at that. And I think so next, we'll typically I kind of run through the broader stuff, and then Paul will come on and show our plan, and we'll just go over 10 coins are next on doc and see where we're at with those. And I don't know if we banged out any doubles this week. I don't think we did on the plan. But if we did, he can share that with us too. So David's asking, is it time to sell everything? I don't know. No, I don't. Well, I don't know. That's up to you. I'm not sure what you're going to go sell, but of course, if you're a trader, timing Bitcoin rolling over, okay, fine. But as like a long-term investor, is it a good time to sell Bitcoin right here? Probably not. Like, hopefully, if you're if you're a true Bitcoiner and you know anything about trading, it's probably not a. We're only potentially testing 38.2s as the range, right? We're not in like sort of 61.8 and above short location, so that's more way up in the 50s or 60s even. I don't know, wherever 78.6 is. So it's not really generally a good time to be unloading, I don't think. I know something like this, like if you're long this thing, are you going to sell it right here? I mean, if you're maybe you're in like a short-term zoomed in lower time frame trade, okay, fine. But if you're like a long-term investor right here, that's not really a place I'm thinking about selling, right? I want to sell up here somewhere at least. So I don't think it's a time to get out of crypto or anything. I mean, hopefully if you're even listening to this, hopefully you're not thinking that way in general, because like I was started this show saying, I don't think most people are involved in crypto. We want to sell, like this plan says we're going to unload at the pi cycle top indicator, and so that's not going to fire until everybody's like, my friends are all going to be calling me asking me if they should buy Bitcoin when that pi cycle indicator fires. That's not going to be anytime soon. So definitely not looking to sell. And I don't think you are, David, really, anyway. I know you're probably just kidding around in the chat here, but no, we're this plan and that's a good point too about our plan in general. We have a very, Paul is saying he just wants to make it easy to execute, and we have very clear rules on when we're gonna, if we buy this thing at 375, we're very simply gonna sell half at what is that, 750. So we're gonna get a double out just on a test of these highs up here. And then we're going to hold the rest until the euphoric top comes back. And that's not anywhere near now. That's going to be like down the road when everybody's all rah crypto again. And it's not just us, all the nerds just sitting here talking on YouTube when nobody cares, which is right now. I don't think, even with Bitcoin doubling off the lows, I do find it fascinating that Bitcoin doubled, but still not a lot of I don't know. It doesn't seem like a lot of retail interest in crypto. Relatively, of course, like crypto's getting a little bigger each cycle, but like, I don't know. I'd love to hear people's opinions about that. It just does not seem to me like the general public is buying crypto right now. So, do need them to come back to sort of get this. If we do want to see Bitcoin up at the highs or making new highs, then it's going to probably take some retail involvement. So again, that's why we've been saying this is like accumulation year. You know, this is when you want to be paying attention. You kind of want to buy. You want to be buying stuff like this down at the bottom of the range. I mean, this thing's $4 right here, but it was $44 at the highs. So I mean, there's a 10xer here just to get back to the old highs, and it's a relatively new coin. Like, does it go? I mean, does this thing end up, $100 3 years from now? I don't know. Maybe. I don't even know what this thing is. But I do know it's possible to get up to like, I mean, you could go.
$400, and I will sell all my bags on that one.
I mean, it could happen. Go look at Soul or some
Yeah,
of the, look at some of the ones from the last cycle, what they did. I mean,
yeah.
so
Someone said in the chat about e-gold. Yeah, I bought e-gold at $5, $8, and you can look at the chart and see where the e-gold topped out. Definitely could happen.
yeah. I mean, I think so. One way to put it is if you feel the need to sell right here, like on something like this, then you probably invested money that you shouldn't have invested.
Yeah, reduce your position size and keep the rest.
Yeah, you shouldn't be worried about it right here.
Yeah, but I think David was just
Oh,
kidding around.
I'm sure, but it's still worth talking about. Like, I'm sure he's
Yeah,
kidding, but
now it's time to slowly buy, not to sell anything. We're at the bottom or close to the bottom, so nothing to sell, only to buy. Slow and steady.
yeah,
We are buying on our plan, so nothing to sell, only the sell half on a double, and that's it.
yeah. And I mean, even me personally, like even like on a, I don't know, even for fun to look at a 30-minute chart, I'm still not that excited to short something like this on the lower time frames either. Just
No,
because, I
I'm
mean,
looking for long ideas only.
yeah, I mean, it's a very strong uptrend right here.
Yeah.
But that's a fun conversation. But that's of course something that needs to be worked out in your plan before you take these trades. Otherwise, you'll end up just choking. If you don't have it worked out here, you will end up panic selling somewhere because I don't know, something will happen. This will pump up with 100% and you'll be excited and you'll unload all your coins thinking that you just doubled your money. Oh, that's all great. And then like 8 months later, this thing's 10x up and you're kicking yourself. But really, it was just because you never had a plan. Like our plan simply says, well, like I said, we're going to sell one double and then we're going to wait until the bull market starts, and then we do have one other sell, the chaos level sell, and then we'll sell everything at the pi cycle top, which maybe Paul can show you from last cycle. I don't have that indicator dialed up on my trading view right now, but we could look at like the pi cycle top. Well, I know where it fired. I mean, it fired on the first highs of Bitcoin last year, so like you would have been out last cycle, you would have been out here. This is where the pi cycle top fired, and then you would have thought you're a genius here, and then you would have had your will tested right here, trying to get you to FOMO back in because it's going to go to 1 million a coin or whatever. But it did a pretty damn good job of calling the top. You would have probably gotten out.
Every time has a good indicator to
Yeah.
follow. So I don't have any reason to think this time will be different.
Of course, I'm on
Yeah,
Ethereum here, but it was I meant to be on Bitcoin, but it's the same. The Bitcoin highs I remember it firing on Bitcoin right here. I'm not sure about Ethereum, but we're going to be looking at it on Bitcoin anyway. So we have it worked
yeah.
out, and of course that plan Paul get into it, but that plan you can just, if you want to read, if you want to read that plan and just see what it is, we show it on the show every week, but you can just go yourself on the Discord in our room and grab it, and grab Miku's spreadsheet too, which we're using to organize all this data, uh, which you could jump into now if you'd like, Paul. Might as well get into it.
Yeah, you can change to my screen
Yeah, I'll
and we
get
can
you
do
up
that.
on the. Yeah, so you're on full screen.
Just 1 second. I need to go on some. Okay, so this is our plan. You can follow our plan if you want, or you can modify it. You can do whatever you want. Miku made a nice new spreadsheet. You can copy this one. It's a really good one, good spreadsheet with a similar plan like us, or even with this one will work really nice. Plan is simple. Buy low, use a little old lady risk management strategy to sell half on a double in the bear market. Then we'll adapt to hours level. We'll sell at the each level 10%, and we'll sell everything at P cycle top or higher. That's our thinking on this plan. Pretty simple, uh, but easy to execute. That's the main issue on beginners or people who want to make money in the bull market. Yeah, you can buy low, keep holding until the top, but if you don't sell at the time or close to the top, you can ride all the way back down at the same level and lose your potential profit. So we made a clear and simple plan for that. We talked about last time about Jasmine was the last one, and now we have the last five coins. The next one is Ocean. So let's take a look at Ocean. As you can see here, we don't have a fill yet on Ocean, but I don't think it's a big problem. So you can see Ocean. We have a limit order a bit below this week low, 22 cents, 22.5. It's a good level. As you can see that trend line, we are the other side of that trend line. We are trying to put a W, but keep in mind, we are in August, September will come, the fall will follow, and probably we'll have another drop. I don't know, maybe in the fall, maybe at the end of the year, but I'm still okay with keeping that limit order in the market. I don't see a clear and wide weekly W the other side of this trend line to make me think, okay, I don't want to miss the bus, I will buy 0.5. No, my order is still valid and I don't see a reason to modify anything. Yeah, I like the OBV, I like this coin, but a retest of this level, it's possible, even probable. So this W, we are waiting for a W on weekly chart. The other side of the trend line could come all the way down here or even lower. So this limit order is still valid. Looking at the chart now, nothing I can do to modify or to improve or to do something else. So I'll just leave it alone. I'll check again if I have the limit order in the market, and that's it. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. And we have a new project. I think this one is pretty new. We had a limit order here at 70 cents. For me, was seemed like chasing. Yeah, we are in the long reload zone. Okay, we can go up, but 70 cents. Look at this chart. For me, was chasing, but because it was a new project, I said okay, 0.5. It's okay. I could buy 0.5%. You can see where my next order is. Yeah, and it's still valid in the market. We have the order here, we have a fill. We should be damn sure that we have the short level working in the market. So 70 cents, $1.40 should we should have sell half on a double here. Who knows? Maybe we'll have after all a summer rally, a altcoin bull run, mini bull run, or altcoin something in this summer, and maybe we can get a sell half on a double. For the moment, I don't see it. For the moment, I don't see any W. at least not on weekly chart. So we can go all the way down where this one was listed on Binance. Nothing I can do now, just to be damn sure that I have my sell half on a double at $1.40. Indicator wise is too new for me to have a clear overview to look at indicators. Let's just wait on this one. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Hi, this one, same kind of thinking. Let's see, we have a fill. We are trying to put a W here. I don't consider this one a weekly W, honestly. Or however you can twitch the chart. No, this is not a weekly W. This maybe could be the first part. We have a fill here. We should have the sell half on a double, $1.2, 2.4, and you can see here retesting these highs, sell half on a double, put a limit order down below to reload. Yeah, it's okay, but I don't see that weekly double. We had a nice move up. We are trying to go sideways. If we're lucky and we'll have a summer rally, okay, we can get sell half on a double. If not, we can put a big double. If we'll be here in this area, okay, but in the same time, this weekly W could come a lot lower, testing this low and even lower. So nothing I can do, just have the sell half on a double in the market. For the moment, nothing I can do. Let's, even if you think, I don't know, trend line, okay, you want this one, maybe, but I think this one it's even better. If you look here, the next one, 3 touches, 4. Now, from now on, if we'll put a nice weekly W, okay, I could think, okay, we done with the bear market. We can go up, at least up here, a bit more strength in this one. For the moment, I don't see it. For the moment, it's just trying to find the bottom. Okay, let's take a look at the next one, and we have, there you go. This last 5 were new projects. The last we add, so normally nothing new should happen in this one. Let's see, they go. Yeah, we bought 0.5 here. We are at the same level, exactly at the same level. I don't consider this one. Let me zoom in a little bit. I don't consider this one a clear weekly W. No, it's just trying to go sideways. We have 1, 2, 3 lows to retest. If the market will break down, you can put some limit orders. I don't know, between below this level and this level, but I prefer to wait. I have 0.5 and I'll add another 0.5 after the weekly W, because we have a fill. We should have sell half on a double, 1.5, $3, 3 and something. Yeah, so really lucky. Maybe with a altcoin season, we can test these highs, sell half on a double, and then we have money to reload. At this point, I don't see that scenario, not yet. I could see here on weekly chart, I could see a LJ trying to form. You can see, give me a W the other side of this trend line, and I could think something, but for the moment, I don't see anything special about this one. We bought some. Let's wait for a weekly W, and then we can buy even more. Let's take a look at the last one, I guess. We have another one. We have a fill on this one, so let's see. This was the last ad. At least on this one, we are going sideways. And we had defined a really clean range. Retesting the range low could be a really good level to try to buy. So this is the low, pretty simple, nothing overcomplicated. This is my high, and you can see middle of the channel, well respected here and here. This is a new range going sideways. Actually, if you look here, we can have 2 ranges. Yeah, this the lower part and the higher part. So now we are here at the bottom. Any W on daily chart here, we can frame a setup even. We can buy some. But if you want to, I don't know, be sure and don't overthink too much, wait for a clear, wide weekly double. In meantime, you should have sell half on a double. What we have here, 1.6. Yeah, so we should have 3.2. We should have a sell half on a double. It's a new project on our list, not a new project by itself. We have a clear range. The longer the channel, the longer the range, the bigger the explosion, the bigger the run. So we are okay with letting this one uh, stay in this range. Yeah, buy the lows, sell half on a double, go back down, reload. The the longer will stay, the longer the period will stay in this range, the the longer will no, the more doubles we can have on this one. So I'm okay with market going sideways. This was the last one, and we had some requests. I don't know. I see something on the chat. I see Millennial Insight,
Yeah, there's a
but
bunch in the chat.
if I'm looking at the name, that I think Millennial Insight doesn't want to take a look. He's telling us something because I know who it's behind that name. Welcome back at work, at least briefly. That's Zach. So it's definitely it's hunting. I'm glad that Zach, even if it's a in a vacation, is still hunting. But David said something about some altcoins. I noticed a couple of them here. They are not permanently added on this list. Yeah, just briefly put it to. We'll decide with Kevin next week which one will add on our which one will add in this list. So let's start with Joe. You can see Joe is pretty nice, going sideways. We are in the right location, testing this W. This is a weekly W, so not the best and the nice looking one, but still. Now we are in the long reload zone. We confirm I am in this location. I should wait, I think. Either I'll buy 88.6, either I'll wait for a new W here. But looks really nice for at least a good location. Indicators, you can see OBV is the only one I'm interested about now. So OBV is still looking nice. Let's wait for I don't know, at least a 3-bar fractal to even think buying Joe at this level. Had some hype, but could retest the lows, even the all-time low. So I'm not buying yet on Joe. The next one, I don't know. Someone mentioned maybe last week, or I have noted this name, Biko, on Binance. I don't know from what.
Yeah, last week
Who?
somebody talked about it last week, I think.
You can see that this looks like a weekly W, but you need power of 3 here to make something. To get a shot, you need power of 3 here. You can see broke the lows and puts a nice weekly W. Okay, look at the OBV. I like what I see here. So higher highs on OBV, lower. It's a really clean bullish divergence on OBV, and you can see it on RSI. I don't know. Oh, MACD, I don't see anything special, but at least OBV and RSI, they point out that this market is a lot stronger that we see on the chart. I'm honestly thinking to add this one on weekly crypto on our plan, and just buy 0.5% here. Let's see on line chart what we have. Yeah, still looks like a weekly W. So it looks okayish on my side. I don't like the fact that we have this W below these lows. So we need power of 3. I don't think power of 3 on weekly chart. It's possible if we'll have a altcoin season. I don't know. summer rally, a mini summer rally. Maybe we can buy here and sell half on a double. 2.6 uh, somewhere in here, and the highs in these weeks. It's possible, even probable. The problem is on this one, we are not going sideways. We are keep putting lower lows. So maybe now we'll stop and try to push higher or to go sideways. But until now, you can see slowly but surely going down. So I'm thinking I'll decide with Kevin later if we'll add this one. You will see on the spreadsheet what we added, and we'll mention next week. David asked about Prom ESD. I think it's the same project. Is the on Gate.io. I think Prometheus. I think this one is the same one. Seems like it. Same price. We have a lot of history in this one. Was listed on Binance pretty soon. If you are comparing to this one, I don't know about tokenomics. Honestly, I don't know if it's the same project. If how many coins they had in this move up, how many coins they have now, what is the inflation on coins now. But you can see, at least you can see this one is going sideways. It's not going down anymore. It's going sideways, has a narrow channel. What I could think on this one, you can see this low. Yeah? This low on Gate.io. I think this low with a proper bear market, with the bad news or in the fall, we can retest that level. So if you want to buy something like this, even if you don't have it on Binance, put a limit order at $2.2 and I don't know 30 cents, just a bit above this low. Don't be cheap ass and put it exactly there. Put it a bit above, or maybe even better, a bit at the next level. 2.7, even better. But definitely could be something in this chart. Why? Because if you are looking at the OBVs, pretty nice. RSI is fighting at the 50 level, has some good potential to the upside. I don't know. I said I don't know anything about tokenomics. I don't know if this one has high inflation numbers, how many coins they have in the market now. But I think to have a sell half on a double to get some in a free position, it's definitely probable. So I don't think it's a bad idea. Yeah, Nico, we'll talk about the that project just in a second. So that's about this one. We have even Kevin said something about on fee, and I guess I don't remember exactly, but I think Kevin mentioned this project last week. Now I'm not chasing. Even Kevin said it pretty nice. Don't chase here. Don't try to outperform the market. Don't try to we'll go to $10. Okay, let it go to $10. Draw your reload zone and wait in a long reload zone. 78.6 is a good level for an altcoin. Don't chase it. Now, either you want to do it to wait at the retest of the W, or you can do it in this way. Pretty simple. Nothing overcomplicated. Wait at least at 61.8. Let it run. When we'll stop, we'll come back and retest 61.8. And you can, I'll buy 61.8. It's pretty cheap. I'll sell half on a double. I don't have a stop loss. If you want to put a trade, you can buy here, put your stop loss below this low, and live with the result. But it's a big difference between a investment with this strategy, with a little old lady risk management in a set and a setup. A setup is something different. A setup, you have a stop loss, hit your stop loss, get out, next bus. On the investment part, you don't have that problem. You buy and you risk it to zero. If you go to zero, then nothing you can do. Either will double and you'll get your free coins, either will go to zero. But on this one, honestly, I don't want to buy the retest. Until we'll finish this move up, until we'll retest this W, we can be in the middle of September. And in middle of September, I don't want to buy the retest of this W, honestly. I want to see what will happen after that. And I'll keep moving my long reload zone. And if I'll see a new W and the long reload zone, okay, I could try to hunt it. To hunt at this point, no, it's too high for my taste. And we had, yes, someone mentioned alpaca. This has a nice location, really nice location, but only location. You can see going sideways, going lower, lower, lower. Now we have a chance to stop going lower. But if I'll zoom in a little bit, you can see we have a lower low. So we are still going down a bit less, but still, this is not a clear W in my view. Yeah, we had a nice pump and dump. This is a pump and dump for me. Trust me. I don't think it's anything else. They just pump the market to sell some coins here, and now you need a new setup. If you want to buy for the investment part, okay, you can even market buy 0.5% or 0.2 or depending on what's your plan, but only with little old lady, just small nibbles and risk it to zero. I don't see a new setup here. I don't see anything else. I see a really nice OBV. Yeah? You can see here we have a W on a kind of a W, not a clear one because we have a lower low, but some bullish divergence on RSI. Okay, but it's not enough. I need more. I need a bigger consolidation and something more. This was just a pump and dump. So we need more than that for me to think, okay, I'll try to hunt a swing trade, for example. For the investment part, it doesn't matter. 50 cents, it's okay. To go back at 30 cents, it's pretty easy, just retesting these highs. And someone said about this one. We don't have it. What I noticed, we don't have it in our weekly crypto review plan, the road to financial freedom. We can add it. We'll discuss which one of them we'll add in the plan, but you can see what we have now on weekly chart. Okay, weekly W, move up. Now we're back in the long reload zone, but it's not enough for me. I need a new W. If this was just a retest, okay, will go up without me. I need a clear W, and then I could think reloading. I'll reload if I'll retest this. You can see this 88.6. Yeah, we have 78.6 here, and probably 88.6 is in this candle body lows. Let me add 88.6 and see if I'm right. Yeah, you can see at 88.6 I could definitely buy some. It's a really too good of a location to not to buy it. But now, no, nothing I can do on this one. I need a new W. It's that simple. Okay, someone said about H bar, and I'll definitely take a look. H bar USDT on Binance. I talked about this one a couple of times, but if people ask and they want to get a new overview, okay, why not? I framed a trade here with this W on weekly chart. You are in profit if you took that trade. You have a weekly W, kind of, not a complete one, but sometimes if you like this kind of half of W, the other side of the trend line, okay. Now it's too high. If you want to enter again, you should definitely do a simple thing, and that's high, low, long reload zone, and that's your area where you want to hunt a new long. If you took my advice, if you took my idea and you put a limit order here and stop loss all the way here, and you're trying to hunt a 2-to-1, okay, you are in profit. But still, I still think this is a bearish retest. Why? Because you can see, yeah, V bottom, nice move up in the resistance, and from now on, we should go sideways and put a bigger consolidation. We don't have a sideways movement on this one. We have up and down, up and down. market to start a new bull run, Tudor, should go sideways. Nobody to be interested in this one. Yeah. Now they are still pump and dump, pump and dump. That tells me that is not ready for a new, doesn't have a clear bottom and is not ready for going sideways and then up. We still need, we have some work to do on this one. But like I said, you have a nice location. If you see you had a weekly W, it's not 100% the other side of the trend line. $2 cost average is not a bad level. For me, it's too high to even touch it. If we go straight up, okay, next bus, I'll miss this one, so be it. I'm not chasing here. I know a lot of people, they have, why they are asking, because they have a big bag from probably here, but most of them they have from higher levels. If you are overexposed, nothing you can do. You should, I don't know, man. It's not an advice. It's just you can wait until the top of the next bull market to recover your money, or maybe make a 2x, 5x, 10x. I don't know. If I'm investing in something, even if I invested here, I'm not selling anything until the next top of the bull market. I'm not selling in to lose some money. If you are overexposed, you bought here and you are trying to sell here, you don't get too much money. Either way is not a good solution to sell. I'm not talking about something in particular, just I know that beginners, I was a beginner at some point, even Kevin was a beginner 10 years ago, I guess, but we bought the top, so we know how you feel when you buy the top and you have to wait entire bear market. And keep in mind, don't transform a trade in a long-term investment.
Not 10 years ago. I just started trading for real in like end of 2016, 2017.
Tudor, if you bought at 0.04, you are in a good position. Sell half on a double. You know what you should know. If you don't know, come on our community and we'll explain you. Yeah? Sell half on a double and keep the rest. You can apply this our plan, or if you have a different plan, it's fine by me. Just don't let your emotion to tell you when to buy and when to sell. Have a clear plan. That's the idea. If you have a clear plan, cover every aspect, it's perfect. Yeah, nice. If you are on Discord, then you should know exactly what I mean. And you said another one, e-gold, Tudor. I know you said something about e-gold. Let's see. You can see e-gold. I said a couple of times. I'll say it again. We don't have that weekly double. I don't see a weekly double. Yeah, you can see OBV holding the level, but nothing special. RSI trying to put a W here and trying to put a bullish divergence. You can see higher highs, lower, higher lows on RSI, and you can see the price is going down. But where is going down? In what direction? In my order. When I said last year, even a bit sooner, I said I'm trying to buy e-gold at $20. All the influencers laughed at me. No, we are buying at $100. We are starting dollar cost average at $100. I said, okay, it's your money, and you can see where they started to use dollar cost averaging on weekly basis. I don't think it's a good idea, honestly. I could do more than that with my money, but it's their money, it's their plan. Problem is, too many people, they are following them and their advice, and they lock some good money here, and this move down, and they didn't wait for a consolidation. They didn't wait for a sideways movement. They are definitely too early. Some of that influencers, honestly, my opinion, they had the money to dollar cost average from e-gold, from the guys from the e-gold, just to promote them, to keep the price high. It's just my opinion. Let's just keep it that way. If I'll see a weekly W, I'll buy it. Uh, if not, I am waiting at $20. I have at $20, I'll buy at $15, and I'll buy at $10. I split my order in three parts. You can see only $20 here. For this plan, I'm buying at $20 for the moment. But that's my idea, to buy at 20, at 15, and at $10. I bought in the lows here and before the bull market. Yeah. But my problem is I sold a bit too early. A bit too early. And you can see e-gold from $5-6 managed to get all the way up at $500. So you had a 100x on this one. I don't think it's everyone should think this is possible. They will sell the top. But when you see you bought at $5 and your coin it's 500, you had 100x, you should definitely sell 75% at least from your bank. Yeah. So Tudor, on e-gold, I don't see that. I see a lot of weekly W's on a lot of altcoins, but on e-gold, I don't see it. If you see it, and maybe I'm blind, show me to me. But I don't see it clear. We need to form a bottom. Maybe now we didn't broke this low, so we have a chance to put a weekly W here. But for that, we need to keep this level and trade above $38. If summer rally is still valid, we still have time. We can do that. I think this is the last one. Now we should look at what Zach said.
Yeah, sure. Well, there are
And
more
let's,
in the. Yeah, you looked at H bar. Yeah, I guess that's it.
yeah, I see RLC. It's all I already talked about. Okay, let's take a couple of them. I'll take just on weekly chart because I don't think we have time to go too much too deeper. But let's see UMA from Zach. Okay, definitely a good location. We are speaking about weekly chart investment plan, so uh, even a nice small W trying to form here. So watch out on this one. When Zach is showing something or telling me about a project, I'll definitely take a deep look because I know he's a good trader, a good investor. He is not pointing out something without value to me. So you can see this one. We should watch out. He's trying to form a weekly W. I don't know, Kevin, you can buy this one? I know you have some problems with buying some coins.
I'm not sure. I have to look on that one.
Yeah. Let's
Let's
take a
see.
look at the next one.
I actually
Rad.
think it is on Coinbase, to be honest. But
Yeah. You can see why he pointed out this coin for me. Let's put this high. I'll take the all-time low. You can see even a DAVO here. Traders from TRI know what a DAVO is. Yeah? We are trying to put a nice W here on weekly basis. Nice location, testing the lows. You have the W on OBV already. You have the W on RSI already. The W in price is following, is trying a nice location, probably below 88.6. So same kind of idea. It's a good level. Technically, I don't know anything about fundamentals, and I usually don't look at fundamentals on shitcoins. But this project looks valid to buy at 1.6 and to sell it at you can see at 3.2. Not even testing the highs, and now I'll get sell half on a double. Okay, let's. I don't think we have this one on Binance, but seems like yeah we have it. Yeah, same kind of idea. trying. We don't have that weekly W, but we can form one. Maybe not this week, but maybe next week. So who wants to play the breakout? You can play the breakout. This is a valid W if we'll break this level. For the moment, I'm not convinced that it's a W yet. Let's see indicators. Weekly chart, I see RSI nice, really nice, trying to tell me something. You can see. OBV, I don't like it especially, but so same kind of idea. A nice location, something to have on your list. So why not? So seems like Zach, even if it's in a vacation, is still watching the market. We had another one, LTO. I think we talked about this one. Yeah, and you can see we can form a W here. You can see we have another watching in this reload zone. Maybe go on daily and hunt a W. Let's see indicator. OBV is looking really nice. OBV is really nice. Power of 3 maybe forming here, but I prefer a clear W. If you want to hunt something on this one, hunt a W or a 3-bar fractal or something in long reload zone on this location. This is a really nice location. It's still going down. That's the problem. We are anticipating buying here. We are anticipating that we'll form a big weekly W. If our idea is invalidated and will break the lows, then we should wait for a new setup. Yeah, we don't have a weekly W yet. So trying to buy on daily chart here, that means that we are anticipating a big weekly W. Next one, let's take a look. If we still have a couple of minutes. Just overview on weekly chart. Yeah, you can see the long reload zone. We talked about this one. You have that weekly W. If the market will close like this, you have your weekly W in exactly at 78.6. Let's see indicators. OBV, really nice. You cannot ask more than that from this indicator. Look at OBV and look at the price. So nothing you can ask more than that. W on RSI below 50 line. We can punch through 50 line this week or next one. But this one, even if we'll retrace today barely to take this level, you can put a limit order here. Try to buy some at the breakout from the W. Don't chase it here. Don't chase it here. You can see this is a W, but this is just a retest of this big M. So don't chase. Wait lower. But you can frame something. You can go on daily chart. Maybe you can find something. Nice location and a nice W in price. And let's take another one.
There are actually a couple that we missed too, API 3 and C98, which API 3 I know has, I think I bought that one this week actually, or I know I did.
Yeah, let's take a look at API 3. We didn't miss anything. Look at this one. It's going back at our entry now. Look at API 3. It's going back at our entry. It's retesting our W here. Even now we had a retest. I guess today. No, this week we had a nice retest here. And probably was a long reload zone from the entire. Let us see. So we had a chance. It's not too late even. Who knows? If we'll go and retest this low at 61.8 maybe. But you can see here on daily chart, we retested the long reload zone. Let's go back on weekly. So we still have a chance to buy it here if you are thinking, okay, retest of this W, weekly W, nice location. If you are investing, definitely a good level because this one has some potential. 10x, it's okayish. And you said about another one, C98.
Yeah, C98 was in the YouTube chat as well.
Let's see. Uh, let's see what we have on C98. Not too late. Was too late. I don't know, yesterday or something. Let's see on daily. When, yeah, a couple of days ago was a bit too late, but now it's acceptable. It's at the breakout level from the weekly W. If you want to invest, maybe you want to buy lower, split your order, but on weekly chart, if you wait until this candle will close and will close probably like this, then you have a weekly W and you can market buy, let's call it. I don't recommend to market buy, but it's a good level. Let's see indicators on C98. Definitely a good location. Look at this level. This is a good level to buy. This was the listing on Binance. Pretty close. Yeah, you can wait with a limit order down below there. Yeah, definitely. But you can see the weekly W is trying to form here, not there. Indicators, look at this OBV. I don't know if you want anything else from a OBV indicator. Yeah, we can go lower, but keep in mind you are investing. You are buying now and you are selling, I don't know, maybe in 2 years, maybe more. So you are not selling your house to buy this one. You are just buying a small portion and you are hunting a high risk to reward. So low risk because you are investing a small amount, high risk to reward because you are trying to hunt a bigger reward with I don't know 10x, 50, 100, and so on. So C98, it's at the right level to buy it now. Maybe a bit lower. Maybe you should wait to see how today will close. Maybe, who knows? Okay. Anything else?
I think that's it for the most part. I mean, there was the other ones of Zach if we really wanted to get into them, but
Yeah, we still.
we have like
Everyone should take a deep look what Zach is posting on. Look at the Millennial Insight list, what he posted, and take a deep look because he doesn't post something without value. We talked about LTO lead. We have Kusama, and let's take a look at the last one because I want to do the giveaway and I want to be able to do it in 1 hour and a half. I don't think it's a good idea to keep this live stream more than LCX. Survey says really nice level. Yeah. Look at this one. Nice level to buy it. Look at the OBV. Nothing to ask more than that. RSI, it's okay. You can see bullish divergence on RSI. Will it's oversold now. Let's go and zoom in a little bit. We don't have a weekly W, but watch out on power of 3 on this one. With this bullish divergence on everything you have here, you can assume that it's a fake out. Go on daily and hunt for a W here. And I think on daily, maybe we can have a different view. And you can see the daily W. If you don't see it, I'll go on line chart and now you can see it. On daily chart, it's a bit too late. So work your orders at the breakout level. Yeah. So, or wait and see how this candle will close today and then put your limit order at the breakout from this W. Really nice W. W on OBV, W on RSI, W on not on MACD, but Willie is going out from oversold. So definitely, if not, you are thinking we don't have a weekly W, we have a daily W, so we can find a setup to play around. And You can transform a setup in a long investment, but not you how you should think. Let's say you'll buy here, you put your stop loss here, and you'll hunt a 2 to 1 or a 3 to 1. Then when you have that level, you just sell and sell enough to recover your money. And the profit, you let it like free coins. And you can do that if you want. Or half of the profit, you'll let it like a free ride. Okay, it's free, it's profit. I'll let it in the market until the top. So you can do that. That was the last one. Now, I don't think so. Okay, let's do this one.
Cool. ICP.
Let's do
Everybody's
the,
always talking about this.
yeah. We bought 0.5 here. We are waiting lower. I don't see that weekly W. I do daily W. Let's see weekly. It's not a weekly W, this one. Has a double bottom with the equal lows here. I don't see that weekly W, Shogun. Could be something. Has a nice location if you take this low and this high. But this was a big shit show with a big from a big shit coin. Let's call it that way. And they had some ugly business. I think this one has more consolidation to do until we'll be ready. If we'll be ready to pump back up. For an investor, okay, to buy it. Keep in mind how high it was to buy it at $4 to hope for a $8 price to sell half on a double and to reload 2 or 3 times and have 3 positions and hope that in bull market will do something nice. Yeah, has ugly business, just ugly business. C98, it's a different, at least on the chart appears a bit different. Okay, let's see who will win the giveaway this time. So I have the tweet here already loaded. You can see 19 from 20 retweets. Difference is one my retweet. That's why we have a one minus here. Let's make sure it's the correct tweet last week. Okay, so we'll pick a winner. Let's see. And I want to, without drums, Kevin, what do you say?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, Bataniat, it's our winner. Congratulations. And let's make a print screen to have it for the list. Bataniat, if you are a premium member, you can choose a 1-to-1 or another month of premium membership. It's up to you. I know you are on Discord. I know you are on probably even a premium member. So DM me if you want. When you see this live stream, DM me please and tell me what do you want. You want a more premium membership or you want to do a 1-to-1 with me? I don't know. I guess this time it's Stefan time or it's your turn, Kevin.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember.
Not
Yeah,
sure.
we'll see. We'll look back and we'll see which one of us should do the 1-to-1. So if you want to participate in the next giveaway, I already pinned the tweet. You can retweet this one. Just a simple retweet and you'll participate in the next giveaway. So it's up to you. About our program, education program, CAPUA I. I think Kevin, from tomorrow morning, it's a good idea to open the registration. People will have 1 full month to tell if they want to participate in the program. It's
Cool.
a really nice program, in my view. Cheap and a lot of value, and 4 months of I don't know, trying to teach you how to become a trader. Nobody could teach you how to become a trader. We can help you, but you have to put the time and effort. If you are willing to do that, We offer 4 months of education, 1 year of premium membership, yeah, and Holy Grail indicator for life. Only Holy Grail could worth more than the money you will pay for that program. Why? Let's just take a look at this one. I even posted on Twitter this one. Yeah. And I posted when was somewhere in here low. And look what this one did. This was the entry, and look what happened. We took the entry on 5 minutes, we switched to 15 minutes, and look at now. Yeah. Here was, let me show you. This was at 42 risk to reward. If I'll put it now, let's see, at the market price now, it's at almost 60 to 1. I don't think you need too many winning trades with 60 to 1, and you don't need too many winning trades actually with 60 to 1. If you have a 0.5 risk on every trade and you made this trade, and keep in mind the trade is still open, trade is not, our stop loss should be here at 40 or something like that. Yeah, 30% on your account with one trade, and when the bull market will start, things like this will be really common. That doesn't mean you'll not get 2 or 3 or 4 stop losses in a row. That's why we have risk management. But doesn't matter when you have a winning trade like this. And people from our community know that I had in the past trade like this, even higher than 60 to 1. So only this indicator could make you a lot of money. You can follow a different approach, like Kevin is using the Holy Grail. So you can do that if you are thinking that. Just 1 second, please.
Yeah, I've liked using it as a swing trading tool on
Yeah.
more like a 1 hour chart.
So you can use, sorry about that, I was doing something else. Kevin is doing a different approach, swing trading. It's a bit, I don't know, it's not so fast, but you'll not get 5, 6, 7, 8 stop losses in a row with Holy Grail. If you are trading on 5 minutes, it's a bit risky, and you definitely should be, I don't know, pretty sharp to use it in 5 minute chart. That's Holy Grail. It's my indicator. It's not about indicator, it's how you use the indicator. So if you want common premium membership, you'll have access. If you're a premium member, if you take the program, you'll have permanent access. So I'll give you access until the trading view will, I don't know, trading view will cease to exist. You'll have access. We have 1 hour and 32 minutes, Kevin. I don't know. We
Yeah,
should do
cool.
something else.
I don't think so. We covered quite a lot today.
Yeah.
Did the giveaway, mentioned the education program. I guess could add that on Tuesdays I'll be kind of going a little deeper into crypto and altcoins on Tuesdays around the New York Stock Exchange close. I'll be streaming on YouTube going forward, and then also on the London session Tuesdays, Stefan will be live scalping on YouTube, and then during the New York session, we have that open to all the Discord members. Our live trading session during New York open, so that's like about an hour, well, half hour before the New York Stock Exchange open. We start, and it usually goes for about 2 hours. So yeah, Tuesday's kind of the day that we're just doing stuff for the public, and then of course we're streaming every day for the members. As well, definitely at New York, and then sometimes at London, and then I've been just trying to make some sort of video every afternoon, just keep making content. So there's that too. But I think that's about it.
Yeah, Tuesday is for everyone, and the London session premium members will have access, or will stream. No, actually, London with live stream on YouTube. Stefan is live streaming every Tuesday, with some exception when he has something else to do and cannot stream. Then we'll keep it in Discord. But usually, London session it's live stream on YouTube. Premium members and all members they have access in New York session. So Tuesday it's kind of the day for everyone. Kevin, at the end of the day, will do a review. We'll talk some crypto. We'll talk bigger time frame for public on YouTube. So the video Kevin is doing Tuesday will be for everyone. If you want to subscribe to our channel to get a notification, it's up to you. If you think will get you some value. I saw some people watching this video until now, but not too many of them they hit the like button. Hit the like button if you want because will help us I don't know reach more people. That's the idea about like and share. I think we did
Cool.
a acceptable job this time. We'll decide which altcoin we'll put which altcoin we'll put in our list from this the red mark we have here, and you'll see the list updated at the end here. We'll put 1, 2, or 3 of them here. Watch out for that. And our level, we talked about the levels. I'm thinking to buy it, but if you want to follow exactly this plan, you should watch this spreadsheet. The tutorial for this spreadsheet, it's on the channel, weekly crypto review. It's available for everyone. Everyone meaning the verified people. So if you are a member, you never talked with anyone from our community, and you see only 3 channels, you should just send a message on the general chat, please verify me, and I'll give you the verify role, and then you can access everything. It's for free on our community. If you want premium membership, okay, you have a channel will explain you exactly how to get a premium member. As usual, I'll let Kevin to close the live stream. He has the button to close the live stream, so he's the best one to do that.
I got my finger on the trigger. All right, well, I don't have anything great to say to end it. I'll just wish everybody a good rest of your weekend and wait for these weekly W closes. I'll be watching for the close here, I guess, in what is that, 5 or 6 hours from now. See if any of these nice green candles can close looking good, and I'll talk about those on Tuesday. So on Tuesday when I stream, I'll just try to get all the weekly W's lined up so we can go through them and see what happened. And other than that, I'll just say bye to everybody and have fun, and we will see you guys soon. So take care.